This review is going to be on the NordicTrack, so let's get going. These, if you've ever cross-country skied, I'm from Wisconsin originally, and yeah, that's pretty much the skiing you have in Wisconsin. They have no mountains. They have some pretty large hills, I guess, but cross-country is the skiing sport of choice. NordicTrack makes this thing. It's I have jokingly put these on my feet when I remember and cross-country skied across the carpet in an old house that I used to live in. These just slide back and forth real easily. Let me get onto the machine. This is how you adjust the resistance. You don't want it too tough because then the spin wheel doesn't turn. An important aspect about this machine is that the pad has to be adjusted properly. I like to have it just below the belly button, above the crease in the legs. You just turn these knobs here. Hopefully this is coming up on the channel on the camera well. You tighten them up again. If you want to drop the front down, there's these two pins on both sides. It's like pressure round pins. You push them in and the front drops. And there at the bottom, there's some pivot pins that you can drop it down. So this could slide under a bed or go up in a closet. So without the cords, without the ski cords, just like so, you go into it. You practice this at first, because I noticed a lot of people leaning forward when I was selling these things, and they would come off the bat like this. So what I recommend to get used to it, and if you're not in good shape, that's great. You can use the pegs anyway. And then you, just like you hear me talk about in my grappling videos, that good arch, just like when you're grappling, you need that good arch. And you can move your arms, you can put some weights in your arms, hands, and do this without the cords. I know people that didn't like the cords, they have 5-pound weights, and they just use the weights. You can just put the weights in your hands. The timer, calorie count, distance, and pulse. It comes with a little pulse cord that fits in here and hooks your guys. It's garbage. Get yourself one of those bands if you really care about your target pulse. So, looks like I've been doing this for a week, and I've got it down. I found the perfect elevation that I like. It's time to get the cords involved. I tell people a lot of times, just try it like this for a while, and then make sure you got that, and then just support yourself like this, and then when you're ready, you start using the cords. And you get fancy after a while and start flipping the cords, juggling them. I used to do that on the showroom floor. I could get them spinning really good. Guys, use the tension screw right here to make it harder. The difference between this and real cross-country skiing is cross-country skiing is a push-off, and this is a pull. But guys, this is a really good exercise. You can do this for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it doesn't matter. What I like to do is do a minute on this, and then I go to the ski erg for a minute. It's a different type of motion. It's like a downhill motion, and this is like a cross-country skiing motion. I like to use the machines like in a circuit training. I'll do like a minute or two on the total gym, maybe pull-up position, a minute or two on this, a minute or two on the skier, maybe a minute of kettlebell swing, maybe box jumps. You get the idea. I'll put the ground and pound bag down and do knee and belly transitions. That's how I like to work out. I'm not a bodybuilder, obviously. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to tell you about this machine. I know that I'm going to miss something, and people are going to be like, hey, you didn't talk about this, you didn't talk about that. There is the stands on the bottom. This is the difference between the old Sequoia model and the Pro. You can actually elevate it. I never really did that. I never felt the need. I liked the Pro because it had a wider base. So depending on what kind of surface you're on, there's less tilt. You see motion in the machine, guys. It's a sturdy machine. This is just because you've got the breakdown pegs, and so there can be a little motion. And it actually is good in the long run because you're going into the pad, and there's that motion because you're shifting back and forth. Guys, this is an awesome machine. It doesn't get the the kudos that it deserves. It used to be a big thing back in the day. In the 90s, this machine sold like hotcakes. And now there's all these great things on the market that everybody loves, and they've forgotten about the NordicTrack. Guys, cross-country skiing is one of the greatest cardio exercises you can do. Anyone that's done it knows what I'm talking about. It's a great exercise. There's so many amazing machines on the market. It's like saturation, information overload on all the different machines. Maybe it's because, you know, I'm 50, I was born in 71. I grew up through the 80s and 90s, and I used to sell these things, so I probably have a soft spot in my heart for it, but I've never owned anything over the years. Every time I moved, because I moved around a lot, it moved really easy. Every once in a while I would get rid of it or sell it to somebody, and then remember how much I loved it and missed it. I regretted selling this over the years. And so I had to get a new one. And of course, when I decided I wanted a new one, it was during COVID-19, and so it took forever to ship. I think they're getting better now, so it's up to you to figure out. These handles, I've noticed, are better than the old ones. The old ones back in the day were more of a softer plastic. These are really solid. The cord comes knotted with a my mind just went a washer. And it's not with a washer, and this end pops off. You can adjust the length a little bit. It was a little short for me when I first got it, so I opened up the caps, and I readjusted the knot length, and now it's perfect. Again, I recommend that you start out like this, and then eventually you start walking, and then you can start holding yourself up, and then slowly, it'll take a week, you might pick it up overnight, and then you start getting into this. Guys, again, I can't stress how great this machine is. If you only had one piece of cardio machine, this would be it, I mean, for me. All this other stuff my wife loves, and she likes this machine too. She just, from CrossFit, she likes the rower, and the skier is her favorite. I think the skier is her favorite piece of equipment. We just got that too, and if you ask, I'll do a review on it. All right, guys, I think that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please light me up in the comments.